Okay, welcome everyone. Today we're going to look at clips. Before we start, just a bit of housekeeping. I've muted everybody. Usually welcome to the new people and welcome back to our regulars. If you look at the bottom of your screen, if you're using a Mac, you take the cursor to the bottom. There's a toolbar at the bottom over there. If you click on the participants button, you'll see on the right-hand side below the list of participants a series of icons like yes, no, hand up, go slower, go faster, I need a pee break, that kind of thing. We're going to ignore the last one, but all the rest we will respond to. If you've got a question, put your hand up and we'll note it for the Q&As. But in the meantime, feel free to put stuff in the chat, and if we cover it during the course of the presentation, perfect. If we don't, then please, we'll open and unmute the mics at the end and we'll go through the Q&A. I plan to do 20 minutes on this, and frankly, the more time I spend with clips, the more difficult I think it's going to be to do this all in 20 minutes. But we'll absolutely see what we can do right now. Clips was designed by Apple primarily for people who wanted to do the kinds of things that you can do with Instagram, that you can do with Snapchat, with Kik, with TikTok. Basically, the ability to take photos, to take videos, and then add stickers, add titles, add screens, all within the same application. Now, some people do that inside iMovie, but for some people, iMovie is too lengthy a process. You do need, well, no, you don't actually need desktop now because you've got iMovie on your phone, but the interface for iMovie is, although it's really nicely done for the phone, it's perhaps a little bit too fiddly for some people. And if you just want to get a quick result there, Clips is absolutely awesome. There are some limitations to it in as much as you're stuck with the square format, but that's what the young people seem to want, so why should they have all the fun? So I'm going to kick straight in and start sharing my screen and take you through Clips. Oh, I must apologize in advance for one thing. Try as I might, I cannot get the audio from my iPhone when I'm bringing it onto the screen. I cannot get the audio. It's not a deal breaker. It would have been really nice to have, and I will work out a way of doing it by hook or by crook. But for the moment, there will be no audio while we do this, and I'll be talking through stuff that you would see when it was audio. So let's go. Okay, everybody see my screen? We're all good to go? Right. Yep. So when you open Clips, it typically opens up where you left off, like many iPad applications or iPhone applications. We're looking at it on the iPhone today because primarily that's what it's designed for. It's easy. You can run it on your iPad as well. At the top, I have a series of projects of work that I've done before. And I'm just going to show you a couple really simple, quick ones. So starting with this one, I'll play it. Okay, something super simple there. I'll do this one. Okay, we'll stop that one there. So basically, the whole idea behind Clips is the ability to film stuff, to put titles on, to put stickers, to put text, to apply effects to it, and then turn it into a movie as simply as possible. So up at the top, you see I've got my little project sticker over here, which is this guy right up here. So if I want to create a new project, I just tap the plus button where it says create new. And now I've got the camera open and this is my Clips interface. So let's have a quick look around the interface. You'll see at the top left-hand corner, a little receding perspective set of squares. If I tap that, that takes me back to my project. So let's go back to new over here. So now I've got access to my camera. If you look at the icons that are in the middle, I've got the flip camera, so I can take pictures out of the back of my camera, so I can film front or back. I can take photographs of the camera, but you see the big purple button or pink button that's in the middle. This is our trigger. So if I want to film anything, I have to click on that button. So if I want to film myself over here, I'll just go, hello everybody, and welcome to our video. If you look at the top, you can see a timer just above my head, timing down. So it's 7, 8, 9 seconds. And if I tap stop, I've now recorded one clip, and that clip is in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. So if I tap play, it'll start to play. And if you had audio, you'd hear me talking and saying the words that I just said while I was recording it. So that's the first thing, just filming straight out your camera, taking a video and recording it. Now, we can also take a photo, and I'm going to flip the camera around, and I'm going to take a photo of my little friend here again. Now, this is just a still. So what does that mean? How do I use the still in here? Just like I said before, you have to use the record button and press and hold. And now it's recording X seconds of that still. If I stop here, I tap on that second one, the second thumb at the bottom corner, tap play, and you can't see it moving, but you can see the counter at the top counting through the time. So I've got about 4 seconds of video of that succulent now inside my video. Now, there's something else that we can do when we do that. So if I tap redo, I'm going to start again. But sometimes you can do really nice things there. Like I can zoom in, and any motion that I do with my fingers on the screen will be recorded at the same time. Now that's going to be a little bit clumsy if I'm pressing and holding on the record button and zooming and pinching at the same time. So what I can do is I can tap and hold, and then I can drag up, and now it's recording automatically. I can take my hands away, and using the zoom tool, using my fingers, I can zoom in. I'm on a bit of a shaky stand at the moment. I tap it again, and now I stop. If I play that clip, you'll see in a second or two, it will start to zoom in. Excuse my fingers at the back. So we can take a still and we can move through it. We can zoom in, we can zoom out. So we can choose pretty much anything that we want to do inside that clip. So now we've got a timeline at the bottom with 3 clips, 1, 2, 3. I don't want that second clip anymore because it's just static. So we now that we're inside the timeline, we can do certain things with this. So I'm going to delete this one clip, confirm delete, and now we're back to 2 clips. So if I start from the beginning and hit play, we'll have that 8 or 9 seconds of me talking. And when it reaches the end, it will move to the video clip of the plant. So now we can do a little bit of editing, because that clip of the plant didn't start zooming in as quickly as I wanted to. So let's have a look at one of the other tools over here. If we move across, you can see the trim tool. And with the trim tool, I can use my finger and I can move backwards and forwards, and I can see this is a 12.7 second long clip. And the zoom starts in there. My finger's getting away at 6 seconds. So at about 7.5 seconds, the zoom starts. So I don't want anything that's before it. So I'm going to tap on the beginning of that timeline. And you can see I now get this yellow rectangle around the outsides with the left and right arrow. I can now pull the trim into the beginning and start there. And now I've got a much shorter clip. If I tap trim in the bottom right-hand corner, so I'm in a really awkward little stand on my iPhone at the moment. I now have that clip, and if I tap play on that clip,
Has anybody else lost audio? I can't hear.
I've lost audio.
I apologize. That was me. I must have touched something that muted me. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Apologies for that, folks. Okay, so I can trim my clips as my video clips as well. So that's pretty nice, pretty easy, and that's pretty straightforward. Just my notes up here. So that's using the camera directly and recording myself real time and live. But one of the beauties about this is that I don't have to stick with the footage that I've got. So if I tap down at the bottom, you'll see as well as the camera, I have my library. And now if I tap on my library, I've got access to my photo library. So I'm going to go to my albums, tap on favorites, and now I've got some footage that I've got. You can see I've got videos in there. I've got some stills in there. And most of these are in the cloud. I've downloaded some of them. And if they take a long time, I might cancel. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of stills. So let's take that still over there. I want to bring it in. So let's do a 4-second. Okay, that's fine. That's in there. Let's go back to the library. Let's have a look at this video clip over here. Now this video clip, you can see it's a video because it had a certain amount of time on it, but if you look at the screen, it's now got a timer. So I can scrub through this forward and back. And because this was filmed in landscape on my phone, if I pinch in or pinch out, I can zoom in and out just like I could with my stills before. So I don't necessarily want the whole clip. I just want, let's say, we'll take about 4 seconds. I'll start from there, about a second in, press and hold. And I've got 4 seconds now. And you can see as I take my clips, they're added to the timeline. So there's a 4-second still of Positano taken from the hill. And now we've got our footage at the beginning, at the end of the clip. So I'm actually going to go back to these clips now. And I'm going to delete those 2 little intro ones that I did. I'm going to start building this footage. Now, I actually want the footage of the shot from the back of the boat to come first. So I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to drag it to the beginning. So I can pick up and remove and move around all my footage. I'm not stuck with what I've got. So let's add another picture. So let's go back to my library. And let's take this still over here. Okay. Now, this is a piece of artwork that was in the old quarter, the old Jewish quarter in Rome. And one of the other things I can do now is as I record, it's recording my audio as well. So let's record audio. I'm going to click and say, this footage was recorded in the old Jewish quarter in Rome. I'm going to stop. Now, unfortunately, you don't have the audio, but I'm going to play it back. And there is audio in there. One of the things you might notice is to the left of the record button, there's this little speech bubble. If I tap live titles, if I tap on each one of these, you can see there's a variety of titles that are popping up in either titling at the top, at the bottom, here where the words are being highlighted. So if I turn that on and tap play now, with a bit of luck, it should have recorded my audio. Okay, it didn't. Let's do it one more time. It worked during the demo, honestly. So let's do it one more time. Let's go back to my library. I've still got my live title selected. So I'm going to record and say, this image was, no. Demo or die. Okay, let's do it again. This graffiti was found on the wall in the old Jewish quarter in Rome. Okay, let's play that back. I think that did that pretty well. I mean, it's got the words absolutely perfectly. But what would happen if we've got the audio over there and there was a mistake? So let's tap play. Let's just go to where it starts. Okay, I'm going to tap here, and now it brings the text up. So if it got Rome lowercase, or if it had got the word, you know, maybe I wanted to replace the word graffiti with the word painting, I can just delete this. Click done. And now when I play it, you can see this painting was found on the wall in the Jewish quarter in Rome. So that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so that's one of the things that we can do. Let's go back. I'm just going to record a little intro with myself now. I'm going to switch to the camera. I'm going to switch off the text. Well, yeah, you've seen it do the text already. So let's switch off the live titles. But one of the things I want to do is maybe apply some effects. So I'm in my study at the moment, and it's pretty kind of, I don't know, not the most inspiring spot over here. But what if I turned on comic book? You see, I now have a comic book effect inside my video. Or if I wanted to turn it into a mono comic book, or somehow go Raymond Chandler-esque and have a bit of noir, or silvertone, or monochrome. So there's a whole bunch of effects that I can do here. So let's take comic book at the moment. I like comic book. So I'm going to tap on that and start recording. Welcome to my comic book room. And now everything that I've filmed there has the comic book effect in it. And all of this stuff is live as well. It has the live titles that you see can be applied over that too. Okay, let's select that guy and delete them. So now we've got a very, very short clip over here. I don't want to spend too much time with it, but we've got the footage over there into Positano, taking the ferry. It's a picture from the hill. So I want to top and tail this. Let's just check this one, just make sure what I've got here. Okay, so this one, that was the one that I made a mistake on. So I can delete that. So what now if I want to make an intro and an outro? Okay, let's tap done. And you can see over here, the third thing along we've got is posters. So if I tap on posters, you'll see a whole bunch of titles that are in here that are pre-built in. They don't take up much space on your iPhone because most of them require downloading. So let's take, let's see. Okay, let's take this one. All right. So now I want to record this. And if I tap on it, I can edit the text. So I'll say, let's call that Italy 2019 2019. Okay, let's apply. And now that I've done this, I can record it. And as I press record, you'll see some built-in visual effects. So and I'll stop. Now, this is at the beginning, at the end of my movie, and I want it at the beginning. So I just pick it up, move it towards the end, pick it up, move it towards the end. And now I'm editing my timeline. I'm getting my intro at the beginning. And let's do an outro. So let's go back to posters. And let me see if I can find the to be continued. Let's just take this one. You can see it downloaded quickly. I'm going to edit the text from keyboard. Apply. And let's record this as well. Okay, just a short clip. So let's take this from the beginning again. Okay, so this is pretty nice, but I want to actually maybe put some text or label the Positano one. So the picture taken from the mountain. So over here, I can go to my effects, and just like you saw before when I had the camera live, I've got my various effects that I can apply there, but I can also apply some text. So we've got a huge range of text that we can select from. I quite like this guy. So I'm going to place this over here and I'm going to type Positano. And once I apply it, I can then take that text and I can move it anywhere I want to. And using my fingers, I can also rotate, resize it. Let's put it up at the top over there. And now when I play that footage, I've now got a little bit of text, which very subtly comes down and tells me exactly where it is. You liking this so far? I hope so. How are we doing for time? Oh my God, we're over 20 minutes. Okay, so basically that's everything there is to it. But there's a couple of more fun things too. So let's go back to the camera. I'm going to turn on the camera over here. And you've seen the live titles, which is to the left of the record button. We also have the effects directly into the camera. So if I tap effects over here, we've got text, we've got stickers. So I've got some stickers. So if I want to say, okay, this is a really hot event, I'm going to tap and drag and add one of these little flames over here. And can you see how it's tracking me? So as I move along, this will track me. I can resize it by making it bigger or making it smaller. I can rotate it. I can do all that sort of good stuff. But if I don't want it to track me while I move, I can just tap on it and say disable tracking. And now that'll just stay in place. So I could place that then down at the bottom. So now we've got a little hot presentation. This is all nice and warm. So you can add these stickers and add bits to it. Thought bubbles. You've got tons of stickers over here because Apple and Pixar and Disney work together a lot. You've got Mickey Mouse and never been too much of a fan of Minnie, but I do like Donald. So let's take Donald over here. And let's make him a little bit bigger. Okay. And now if I record this, you'll see Donald's animated. He's pretty upset. And now I've got this, where if I play that clip, I've got Donald getting mad over something that I've done. But the pièce de résistance of these, let's just clear Donald and the flame, is, I don't know how many of you have played with Animoji on your phone. If you've got a phone that's a couple of years, within the last couple of years old, you see Animoji over here. You can design characters that look like yourself or are predefined animals over here. So if I wanted to be a cat, I could tap on this. And now I'm a cat and I'm talking to you and I could role play. So if I'm a teacher and I'm in a school or in a classroom, I could actually start to use these characters and become a character that's not me. So I can start to use these tools, or these are ones that I've designed for myself earlier. And so now here's me. I've just woken up in the morning, haven't brushed my hair, but I've got a really nice smooth skinned Alan sitting right over here. Oh, went underneath my chin over there. And whatever I record, again, once again, if I record this, hi everybody, and welcome to our webinar. Tap on this, tap play. And that's a recording of what I've just done. So to recap, let's just take it back to the beginning. Here's our little video. It has an intro. It has video footage that I could put in, and I could put text on top of this video footage as well. There's a still. I haven't zoomed in and zoomed out. I could have. Once again, a still with live titles and just a little bit of fun at the end. So we're 25 minutes in. That's really the end of the formal presentation. I know there's a lot to take in. Again, we are recording this. The first recording's been posted. The other two, or the other one is ready, and this one will be ready. I'll be posting all of the rest of the videos that we recorded so far this afternoon, and I will be sending links out to everybody who's requested, or not everyone who's requested, everybody's joined our seminar so far. So with that, that's my clips presentation. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
Margie.
That was absolutely awesome. I didn't know that my phone could do all those kinds of things. I'm really realizing I know so little about my phone, and also Apple is absolutely amazing. The problem is that with so much, I haven't a clue where even to start. So I didn't get the link from the last webinar that I watched. I would love to get the link for this one so I can go through it slowly. and do it as you go through. And I believe that you're doing the same thing on iPad in the next couple of days.
What, with clips?
Yeah.
No, we're not doing clips. We're doing screen recordings on iPad. So, excuse me. Tomorrow, Angelo's doing the screen recording on the Mac OS. And on Monday, I'm doing screen recording and screen grabs on iPad OS.
Does iPad do the same thing as this? Do you have clips on an iPad as well?
Absolutely, you can download it from an iPad.
Okay, cool. Great, thank you.
It's a pleasure. And those links will be posted out this afternoon.
Can I ask a question?
Of course, is that Scott?
Yeah, my name's Renee.
Hello, Renee.
Hi. So we couldn't actually see, are you doing a lot of work with your fingers on the iPad, I mean on the phone screen?
Everything I'm doing is with my fingers because the iPad the phone is a touch interface.
But okay, so I'm going to be working on my iPad. It's going to be a lot easier, obviously, because it's a lot bigger.
It can be a lot bigger, yeah. I mean, the only thing that's a little clumsier about it is you have a much bigger device to hold.
I suppose so, of course.
But so it's that balance.
Okay.
But it's also a lovely device to do all the editing on. And of course,
is there any
with iCloud, all your files can be linked together, so you can shoot it on one, edit it on the other.
Okay. And is there any limit to the length of a clip? Or should I say video?
The amount of storage that you've got on your iPhone or iPad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Any more questions? Guys, you've got your videos turned off. You're welcome to turn them on. Sorry.
I'd like to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Hi. I did this now on my iPad, but I don't have the Animoji option on my iPad.
Yeah, the Animojis, that's only it's only a feature that's built into a device that's got the FaceTime recognition. So if your device has the FaceTime as opposed to the touch recognition, then you can do it with that. It needs the camera and the facial recognition software.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Anyone else? Okay, well, if that's the case, we're coming up to past. Thanks everybody once again, the regulars, for joining us again. Tomorrow's session, as I said, will be Angelo, who will take you through everything you need to know about recording your screen, whether it's stills, whether it's recording real-time video on your machine, and then annotating it and mark it up. So if you ever need to show somebody how to do something, or you need to take a quick screen grab and share it with somebody, the nuances that are in there, you will be amazed. And then I'll be doing the same thing on the iPad on Monday. So thanks very much, everybody, once again for joining us. It's really a pleasure having you here. I hope you're enjoying these sessions. The numbers don't seem to be going down, they seem to be going up. So tell your friends, and we'll see you tomorrow, I hope.
Great. Thank you very much. It was fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.